Hello and welcome back. All right, so in this lesson, we're going to learn how to change our color profile to match our output device, all of which can be set up in the Colorsync Preferences. I know, not more preferences, but yes, we need to do some more preference setups for our color syncing color profile. Now, in a previous lesson, we did touch on some color preferences. However, we're going to go into a little bit more detail in this lesson. So to access it, you're going to go up to Edit, then scroll down and select Color Settings. Now, the North American General Purpose is an all-around general color profile. It's a good starting point if you're just doing some basic general color. Now, if you want more control over your color, and if it's highly important that your color output matches what you see on your screen, then you're going to want to select a different color profile based on that output. This way, when you select that output profile, your monitor will more closely represent the colors that you're going to get when the finished file is sent to the output device. So here we have our color profile working spaces. The default is RGB, and if we click on it, we can see a list of additional options from which to choose from. So which one of these should you use? Well, personally, I typically use RGB for the majority of my work. However, if I know I'm outputting to a device from a professional lab, then I'm going to contact that lab for their color profile, and I will load and save it in the Colorsync Preferences, and I will use that instead. Now, if you're outputting to a home printer, then you're going to need to refer to your printer manual, locate the profile, and then load it into the Colorsync Preferences. Now, let's say your output device is working in 4-color. Then you're going to want to adjust your CMYK profile to match that output device. Again, contact your press operator to find out which color space you should be using for their printer. They should be able to send you a file that has the color profile that you need to work with, and then you can just load it in and select it in the color settings, and you're all set to go. Okay, under color management policies, we need to make sure that we preserve the embedded profiles. Otherwise, the color shifts will be different from the original profile that you're trying to work with. All right, let's take a look at the conversion options next. If you're strictly working from monitor to monitor, then I would leave it at relative colorimetric. However, if you plan on sending out to print, then you're going to want to select the perceptual intent. Okay, so just below that, we have 3 options that are typically checked by default. The one option I would recommend unchecking is Use Dither. And here's the reason why. If your monitor is unable to create that specific color, what it will do instead is create a pattern of different colors to try and represent that color. Although this may be helpful in helping you visually see what the color is actually going to look like, it actually causes conflicts when you're trying to color correct an image. Therefore, I would recommend turning this off. Now, in order to make these settings permanent, we need to save it, and this will give us the option to select it again for different projects. So go ahead and click Save, give it a name, and then click on Save again down here. Then you're going to have an option to add a description of this new color profile if you want to, and then click OK. So now your new working color profile has now been saved and can be accessed from the drop-down menu for future projects. All right, so that's it for our Colorsync Preferences. In the next lesson, we're going to go over user-friendly color workspaces.